Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play The Sims 4 100 Baby Challenge. This is KasuRequiem. You may have noticed that I've been absent for a few weeks. This is because I was bedridden sick for like a week and a half. Like, I had my laptop at my bed and I was just in bed for almost 2 weeks. Which means that I should have probably been back a few days ago, but something else happened. I had a bunch of technical difficulties with The Sims 4, and I had to uninstall and reinstall it, which caused me to lose all my mods and my save file. So you might notice that Evangeline right here looks a bit different than she did before. It's because I had to play from the start. All I had was Morgan's original sim, which I had to redo because I had to get all the custom content back, and which I think I still have a few pieces of missing content, so they look a little bit different. But other than that, I did add a few more things. One of those things being a mod called Witches and Warlocks. I added this because I got a suggestion from the comments from Josh M, who has given me a lot of ideas and a lot of baby names recently, which I'm super excited for, about some kind of succubi powers that Morgan might pass on to her children. And I'm like, how am I supposed to incorporate this in a logistic way? I'm like, witches. There is a unofficial mod pack called Witches and Warlocks. It has a Wix page, and it's really in depth. I actually saw some videos of people using it in their Sims games not that long ago. So I'm like, you know what, that's perfect. So now Morgan has a witch trait, which she can pass on to her children. And that's not the only thing that's changed. There's not twins anymore. There's triplets. When I replayed everything through, Bernard, you little shit. You just swiped stuff at school, dang kleptomaniac. Well, you know, that's the trait that he inherited. Not inherited, but that's the one that he got. But this is our little third baby. She's so mad right now, but she's adorable. Her name's Fern. And I was like, I could get rid of her because technically there wasn't a triplet when these guys were born, Diana and Evangeline, who was Eveline, but I kept saying Evangeline, so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna change it to Evangeline. So that's her name now. Diana's basically the same, and their looks are basically the same. But I didn't want to get rid of her because it gave me an excuse to do a little vitiligo baby, which I know that's not how it works. It's not like, oh, you have one black baby, you have one white baby, oh, you have one vitiligo baby. I know that's not how it works, but I thought it would be a really cute addition, so I did that. So let's go over their new traits. Morgan has Witch, Sweet Talker, and Evil. She had Evil and I think it's things similar to Sweet Talker before. But I added Witch instead of something else that she may have had. I can't remember. I think she might have had Natural Gardener or something. I don't remember. But I've bought several traits for her over time. Fresh Chef and Steel Bladder she had before. I very recently gave her Steel Bladder, so none of her children inherited that because they've all been born before I gave her Steel Bladder. That wasn't intentional, it's just a happy accident. Unintended. And then Fresh Chef, we already had that. I did give her Beguiling, which will help her with her suitor issues, so there's that. and then Storm Chaser and Waterproof. The reason she has those two is because when I was playing through, I had so many goddamn thunderstorms and rainstorms, just the entire seasons of spring and summer. And even in fall, I had a crap ton of storms, and I'm like, I need to deal with this so that she's not pissy all the time when she's outside gardening. So there's that. And now Arush, he inherited the warlock trait, meaning I gave it to him because he was born way before I got witches, obviously. But he did inherit naturally the evil trait, and I bought him waterproof sim when he was a child because he was also outside a lot and he was driving me insane. And then happy toddler and domestic because he has a successful lineage aspiration, which he got randomly because I randomized all of it. I have an Excel sheet that has all the traits written down that I have and the number, and then I have a randomizer, so that's all said and done. Bernard has a best-selling author aspiration, and he's great. I show off Arush right now. Oh my god. That is not kosher right now. Okay, there we go. There's Arush. She looks basically the same. I don't know why his brother looks so much taller than he does, but whatever. He has a very, whoa. Oh, okay. I thought that this darkness was his eye, so I thought his eyes were derping, but I guess not. But he has a very black and blue type of aesthetic, and his brother has a very black and red aesthetic. And Cassiel is just early, I guess. She does have blue eyes. It looks like she's looking this way, but she's looking that way really strongly. I don't know why. But she's cute. I redesigned her a little bit so her hair's different and a lot more aesthetically pleasing. Bernard still has his Christmas eyes. And the twins still have white and red eyes, while Bird has blue, which I'm guessing came from her dad. So, there's that. So let's go to his traits, which he didn't inherit anything from Morgan. He's not a warlock, he isn't evil or anything else. He randomly got handy and kleptomaniac, and that's why he just stole something from school. You stole someone's school project. That is rude. Actually, I think it might be in... Yeah, this is what he stole. He stole a fan poster. You know what? You can have it in your room, I guess. Whatever. But, yeah. He's fine, I guess. He has, facial hair and stuff now, which I added to him. His original look was, he had the hair closer to what he had as a child, but after a while, I just hated it. It just did not look great. It was weird, so I gave him this hair, which is technically a female hair. I think it's by Nightcrawler. I can't remember the name. I think it might be Mocha. Don't quote me on that. I know that there is a hair by Nightcrawler called Mocha that is like a dreaded hairstyle, but I don't know if that's the exact one. But it is a Nightcrawler hair, which I love Nightcrawler hairs. I love Nightcrawler wings. For guys' hairs, I really like Anto, I think is his name. And then one other that I can't remember off the top of my head, but really good. Let's move on to Cassiel. Now they're all A students, so I can age them up finally. And move these two out of my damn house. So, there's that. She got oblivious. which I find very fitting because I always saw her as like the overly loyal child who is just like a little angel to Morgan, who she loves very much because she's not a problem child, you know? And the fact that she randomly got oblivious, which is a lot of my traits are mod traits, they aren't like in the normal game, but the fact that she got oblivious like cemented that even more for me because it's like, oh, she's loyal to a fault, but she's also oblivious, so she doesn't really understand or she doesn't care to understand what's going on behind the scenes because she's just like so loyal and trusting of her mother, and she loves her mother very much. So it's like, it's a nice little thing. The reason Marcus is here is because I have videos that had me using Marcus as the first victim for the cow plant, and I gotta redo it. He's already been eaten once. The reason the fence is here is so he doesn't try to feed it every 5 seconds, which is really annoying, instead of eating the cake. So there's that. In terms of the toddlers, they all have independent, but Fern got waterproof somehow. And she's angry, so angry. But that's about it. So I'm gonna have Morgan cook up a cake in a second, and we're gonna age those suckers up, all 3 of them. First, she got to make normal food because the toddlers are starving and they're getting really mad. Speaking of, don't hit your sister, little brat. Talk to her or something. Don't be rude. You don't have a tantrum. Grab a serving. Grab a serving. So you two can eat and stop being mad. But I digress. Okay, I get it, you're evil. Whatever. I'm gonna change her shirt out. I did have like a floral type thing before, and I want to find the one that I had originally for her because it works a lot better. But we'll see. Need her to make a white cake. Finish eating. And then after that, I'm going to turn on her pregnancy again because I had it off for like 10-15 days just to make sure that Bernard and Arush were like at least teenagers and probably out of the house. Oh, human hijinks. Go to that, so. No. Oh yeah, one more thing. These guys do not have the same dad as they did originally. Apparently he has 2 other kids. I didn't know that. Whatever. They have weird CC on. But their parent is now Jai Goodwin. And the reason that it's a different dad isn't because like, oh, I just picked a random guy. It was literally because their original father was apparently like a randomly generated sim in my game, and he just did not exist. Like, you can go to like summon sim or whatever on MC Cheats and list all sims, and I went through this like 3 or 4 times and he just didn't exist like at all, and I was like, what the heck? Or at the very least he hadn't like spawned at the point where she needed to have a baby with him. Like, he might be in now, but like when we got pregnant with the triplets, he didn't exist. And I think he still doesn't exist. Like, I checked not that long ago. But like, the game, I guess he was just a randomly generated sim, and I was not lucky when I chose him the first time because I had chose a character that would not be there later on. or had a very small chance of spawning, you know? So that's why they have a different dad, but who was originally white, so I made him black. Didn't change anything else about him until I moved him into here and changed his outfits into the like poor like, prisoner outfits, so that he's wearing. He's just on the phone. I love this oven. This is my favorite new oven. It is. And she passed out when she's cooking a cake. That's not ideal. Yeah, they're the Young Way stuff. Just normal base game, but Young Way is like one of my favorite new kitchen like sets. It's so good. Gotta continue cooking your cake. Zoom. Why are you putting in here? And then add birthday candles. I'm adding the birthday candles not to age them up, but to keep people from eating it. So I can just have it in this corner. And it just works. But we're gonna age up Casio. And then we're going to age up all these guys because they all have A's. So yay. Technically, Bernard should take an extra day or something to age up because he's younger than Arish, but I'm not too worried about it. Let's see what his random trait is going to be. He needs an adult trait now, so... yeah. Oh man. Okay. He got Dance Machine. Well, it's better than what he had the first time. I think he had Naturally Thick, now that I'm thinking about it. So he's a handyman, he's a kleptomaniac, and he's a dance machine. That's lovely. Now Arush is going to get a right number 7. No wait, 85, sorry. 85 is he got tone deaf. Oh, this poor kid. I keep getting the like bad traits. I do have traits like Woohoo Lover that they can get, or like Dionysus or Aries. Like Greek gods that have like crazy traits. Or like muses, things like that. But of course he gets tone deaf. Oh, you poor thing. Ooh, Cassio gets an aspiration. An aspiration, so she gets a normal aspiration now, so 34 out of 34, not number 34. She got 31, so that is, oh man, she's a party animal. That's great. And what's going to be her teen trait? 84. Got a lot of 80s. Oh, my poor baby. She got uncreative. Oh. What a poor bean. She got uncreative. Oh. Well, I'm gonna first and foremost send poor Morgan to sleep, like go to bed. But secondly, it's gonna be the end of this one, and in the next one we're gonna start with how Cassio looks, because obviously she doesn't have red hair and look weird. Like, this is not Cassio, though I do like this sim that they generated. Like, this is cute, but that's not Cassio. So, whoa, I zoomed in way too fast there. Interesting look, but at least her body proportions are normal, unlike her brother's. What are you? I spoke too soon. God damn it. Why is he naked? Anyway, In the next one, we'll have a new Castiel to show you off in Cass, and I hope you like this one and look forward to the next one. Namori.